Hello everyone, this is Debbie and welcome to my channel Ridiculous Goodness. And we're going to do the Wicked Guidance reading for January 9th through the 15th. And we're using the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And we're using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Anne Taylor. Okay, so with the Angel Tarot cards, I'm going to get 3 of them. Whoop. Already shuffled these earlier, but I still like to shuffle them a little bit more. I just feel like you're kind of like charging them up when you're shuffling. I mean, it's different for everybody, and sometimes, you just want to. I think it just helps in some way. I can't really put it into words, but I do like shuffling the cards and just putting my intentions on them, knowing that, we'll get exactly what we need. Okay, and one of the Energy Oracle cards. Oops. You're just like jumping like crazy. But I'll leave it in there and just shuffle a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so let's get the cards turned over, and we have a lot of fire cards, so like it would be like wands usually in the tarot deck. So we have the 3 of fire, and I'll read them when I get to them, but we'll do like the 8 of fire is next, and Knight of fire. I'll read the one thing from it: passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. And then we have number 30. Oh, I'm not even showing them to you, huh? So the first card, the lighting is pretty bright, so I'm trying to get them in there. I'm going to show you first, and I'm going to hold them up anyways when I give you the messages that come from them. And Knight of Fire. And then we have number 31, Door to Value. Okay, so we're going to start with the 8 of Fire. So that one's kind of like, this card, the way I'm placing them, like I'm just saying, it would be, this one would be in the middle from the tarot cards anyways. And it says, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. And I feel like that can be a little, like, it's not always as it seems. Because just because you feel like, oh, there's not going to be any delays, oh, all these things are going to happen, right? And it's like, well, it's going to be kind of low-key. It's not going to be, like, so fast and everything like that. I mean, they have the wands here, and they're, like, all sorts, they're kind of, like, all in different directions. So it's kind of be, it doesn't seem like it's that much action. So what I see here is like, yeah, okay, many things happening at once, but a lot of them are going to be in the background. Like the wands here are in the background, and so you don't know everything, but you have this major one right here in the middle, and that's going to be kind of more in your face. But if you're not paying attention, and if you think it's going to be something else, then you're going to miss it, because even though it's like right in front of your face, like if you're just angry or upset that something didn't go the way you wanted, then you're going to miss it. The 8s usually, it has something to do with taking action in some way, but usually it's like that. So it's actually kind of like That's usually what they have all these, instead of just having it like in one direction, so many different directions. So good thing I use this deck, huh? That's showing like many different ways that things are happening, and there's no way to know every little thing. I mean, maybe you might know it in a certain, on one level, but not everything. You can't get it all, because you have to focus on your life and you can't notice every little detail. So it's just important that you don't let it take over your life. You pay attention to the things, the little things that you do, the everyday things. Those things matter. They're not just something that, I have to do these things. It's like, well, yeah, but they're really important. They make a difference in your life. If you ignore them and think that they're not important, then you're not going to get the things that you want, because you ignore all the steps that you need to do to take in order to get the things that you want. But be open to other things that are showing themselves to you, and don't make it happen like, oh, I have to be impatient. Like, I can't, I can't be patient. I don't want to, that's what this card, the Knight of Fire, is reminding me. Like, I know you need to read that for a reason. It's like restlessness. Like, you can't be like, oh, I just gotta do it now, and like, or else, what am I gonna do? It's like don't let that restlessness get you down, and don't let it make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. You have to say, hey, I'm in control here, and I will be patient, but of course I will take action when I feel that it's needed. But I won't try to make things happen. I will do everything in my power to be more than that. Be more than I've been before, but to love myself for what I am, and what I will be, and whatever that means, can mean a lot of things. And sometimes people tend to think that, oh no, you don't love yourself enough to do the right thing. But I know that we all have such a powerful self-love, and so we express it in different ways. So it's just important that we don't let other people tell us how we actually think or feel. That's dangerous. To have people say, this is what you're feeling, this is what you're thinking, this is everything, that you need to do. Here's the step-by-step things that you need to do in your life. It's like, no, you know what you need to do. Don't listen to somebody. Don't let somebody tell you what to do. That's wrong. That's trying to just make something happen in your life that you don't always want. Maybe there's something better that you can do. You don't need to listen to other people and what their ideas are for you, because they don't know what's best for you. And it's important that you let yourself be who you are, and you don't let anyone tell you what's wrong or right. That you decide for yourself, because sometimes there's certain things that are not black and white, and you need to do certain things that are, oh, that's not right, you're being negative. It's like, no, I'm just expressing myself. I'm not hurting anybody at all. I've never, you look at yourself and you see what you've taken, your actions that you've taken, and you're like, no, I know I didn't hurt anybody. I just expressed myself and said, I put my boundaries down. And if that's hurting somebody, then, there's nothing wrong with boundaries. Boundaries are super important, and in order to put, things in action to make sure that you're well. If you're not expressing your boundaries, if you're not telling people how you would like to be treated, and, expressing them in many different ways, and if people aren't listening, then you need to try to do something about it. And sometimes people will say, no, that's hurting me, you're being mean to me, you're not being nice. And it's like, well, yeah, I need to do this. You need to listen. And I'm going to do my very best and to find good ways, helpful ways of expressing my boundaries without saying words that are, harsh to somebody. You need to know that what you're saying is important. And if someone's not listening and they just treat it as a joke, it's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I know what you want. This is what you want, right? It's like, no, that's not what I'm not. I've been trying to express to you what I want, and you won't listen. And you won't do it that way. I'm explaining this because I just feel like if somebody, has experienced this, then I'm putting it in a way, and it comes out very fluidly, so you're like, okay, what's going on now? So I'm just trying to express, so many different things that come from this card and from this card, and I haven't even really read this card yet, but we're going to get to them, but it's all coming together. So I just go with the flow, and so if it seems like, oh my god, this is a lot, yeah, it's funny because it is a lot, but I need to say it. I say it from my heart, and this needs to come out. And there's so much that can be said about this card, but just going back to what I was saying earlier, a lot of things are happening behind the scenes, but you have things that you can do something about. The one in the middle that's really big, and you can do things in your life, and focusing on the little things, the everyday things, your routines is important, and they'll get you to the big thing. You'll get to do those things too, the bigger things that really help you to move forward in a different way, but focusing on what you're doing, focusing on the little things that you do, those matter, because you keep on, if you keep on going, then you're gonna keep on learning things. You run into opportunities that you need to in order to keep growing and to do more things. So we're gonna go to 3 of Fire, and it says abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Yes, patience. So like I was talking about, patience and making long-term plans, but keeping it open. Sometimes there's some things that are more concrete, so dreams that you had since you were a kid. That's what I was talking about in the last video I made about the 6 of Cups video, about the memories and about childhood and all those things. We won't get into that, but I just remember that and I want to mention that. So just doing, like I was saying for the 8 of Fire, that you actually, if you do these things and you continue to do them, that you already have abundance, but you can continue to get more as you just follow your heart and do the things, the little things and the big things, and enjoying the little things as well, and not thinking that they're less than, those things are important. I mean, those things keep us grounded, and they keep us from getting bored, and they make a difference because maybe you're helping your family or your friends, you're helping yourself at the same time, because if the people around you are good and they really are good for you, then they won't take advantage of you. They will be there for you, and you'll be there for them, and you'll be there for yourself too. You can have the energy to do it all, but you can tell them when, okay, I need some space here. You can tell them that, and they won't get offended, because they'll be like, okay, I can do that. That's what I was just talking about with still, once again, the 8 of Fire. Like if you have boundaries and you just need some time, like they'll listen, and they won't say, oh, how dare you say that. It's like, of course I can say that, because I'm saying it in a very good way, and saying that, yes, I need some time here, I need some space here, or something like that. So it's just important to see the bigger picture. So, this is wide, expansive area, so just seeing the big picture and not just looking at the small things, but at the same time doing what's healthy for you. Sometimes you just need to look at the small things, and then every once in a while you see the big picture, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I want to change things and go in a different direction. It's just very personal, so just know that you've got it. You know what you need to do, and that's the thing that I've always, I'll always say, like, yes, you know what you need to do, and yes, it's not like that there isn't times that we need help. Of course we do, but that you just be reminded of, good things. And sometimes people do have good ideas that they give, and you're like, wow, I'm really glad that, they said that, because, now I have something that I wouldn't have had if I never talked to them, and that happens too. But it's not bad to say, well, I do know what I need to do, but I listen to what so people that actually care about me and want what's best for me. I do listen to them, but I listen to how I feel about it first of all, and if I need help to decide, if I see that I'm not making the right decisions lately, and I just need another opinion, maybe from a professional, not really from psychics. I mean, you can, but you can get from therapists and psychologists and people like that. I mean, there's no shame in that. I mean, you can go to a psychic, but it's not because you don't meet bad people that are supposed to help you, and the professional field of therapists and psychologists and stuff like that. But sometimes you need to look in that area. So it's just important to say, hey, what do I really want? What do I really need? Don't disregard options until you're completely sure. And then even then, I just see so many times in my own life even, it's just, sometimes you need to look at all the different options and decide what it is that you want to do. What do you want to try? Even if it's uncomfortable, because there's always times I feel uncomfortable and I'm just like, okay, but I need to try something new. I need to try different things. So it's just important to keep an eye on all the different options and to not disregard anything as I don't need that, or it's like, well, maybe you need more time to think about what is best. Like, maybe it's not that, maybe it's something else. Maybe you're absolutely right and there's something else that you need to be patient for, but know when to do your best to continually try to figure out when you need to take action and when you need to do more research, or when you need to ask for help. Just do your best to discern which times that you need to do that. And so going over the Knight of Fire, once again, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless, and then a sudden event that needs immediate attention, time of essence, think things through carefully. That does make a lot of sense, because what we're talking about, think things through carefully. And just because things are in a rush, you feel like everything's happening all at once, you need to take the time to say, well, okay, there's been times where I'm like, oh, you need to make a decision now. You need to make a decision now. It's like, well, no, like I need to find more reasons to do this action. It's like, oh, I don't feel right about it yet. Let me look, let me just, just kind of, maybe even just relax a little bit and read a little bit and look at a few things first that is not related, but I just need some more time. And it's like, oh, I need to make a decision now. It's like, I'm still not ready to make a decision yet. I know sometimes I just need to look at things differently. I need to be patient, and I can't just let my restlessness take me over. I need to let me look into it a little more. I have some time left, and if any opportunity happens, like, oh, you need to make a decision right now, it's like, well, I don't like that. I don't want to be rushed into things, and I won't make a decision right away if I still feel like it just doesn't feel right. There's something else I need to do. I just don't know what it is yet, and I'm gonna take my time, because I've never let people rush you. It's like, there's certain times that, you do need to take action real quick, but you'll take it naturally and it'll happen the way you need to. And when other people are just like, they're talking to their husband and they're like, you need to do this, no. It's like, no, I don't. I know better, and I know that I have time, and if there's an opportunity, but you don't know if you need this, if you don't know if you need this opportunity, you should, the way it happens tonight or something like that is not going to happen for another night, or it'll never happen again. It's like, well, there'll be something similar or something better in the future if I'm patient. So that's okay. It's like, I can, if nothing, if I don't make the decision to do that thing, then I can still do other things besides that might even be better for me. Because, it's like, oh, you might be missing out. It's like, I don't see that as happening, because I don't miss out on things that are actually helpful for me, like hanging out with friends when I want to, and, those are great opportunities. Like, being around people that love you and care about you, yeah, that's a great opportunity. I don't want to turn that down unless I can't, if I can't do it, then, or if I don't feel well to do it, or if I'm sick, I don't want to be around them because I don't want them to get sick. Other things like that. There's certain reasons you would do something or not do something. So it's just important to not, be foolish and like say, listen to what other people say, you have to do this. Like, no, I don't. There's nothing I really have to do. I mean, there's things like that you have needs, like, yeah, you have to eat, and you have to drink water, those things you need, but the things that, you have to do this, you have to go take this action right now, it's like, no, I don't, that's not what I need. You just do what you want. And I trust that each one of us knows what we need, whether we need to ask for help from somebody that we trust, or, finding out more research ourselves, taking a class to just basically give yourself more opportunities, whatever those would be. So just please trust yourself and don't feel like you have to be rushed into things or that you're not doing the right things. I mean, as long as you're not like, drinking heavily and, doing drugs and stuff like that. I mean, it's like, well, I understand people have problems like that. But, I mean, no one should be judging you, but at the same time, it's like, what are you doing for yourself that's right? I mean, when you have those problems, then it's like, okay, what are you doing that's right? What can you do to get through that without turning to drugs and alcohol? And, like, I don't know why that came up, but I'm just talking about things, examples, and just saying, you don't need those things, but, I don't know what it's like to deal with that. So, I just want to say, like, I don't have I don't have, I just say what I need to say, and I'm not trying to preach or say that you need to see it this way. It just, like, it just came up, and it needed to come out, and I just wish that, everyone see that there are other ways to deal with things, and, but I don't claim to understand how someone feels. I truly just say, hey, I really see that people somehow will do what they need to do in order to cope with whatever they're dealing with. And, I can't say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, and, I don't know what it is to you, and if, it's just, there's options available to you. So, but, once again, it's hard to explain. It's just like, oh, but I want to be respectful to people on what they decide to do and not feel like, oh, I'm better than you or something like that. It's like, I would never say that and never feel that, because, I don't like it when people do that to me, and I don't claim to know what is, the best options for you, what's the best decisions for you to make. But I just feel with all my heart, like, yes, there's a way to do things in a way that will be healthy for you, and that you'll be able to enjoy things in a different way. So I just say that with all my heart, without trying to say, oh, what are you doing? You're doing this wrong, and how dare you do that? It's like, it's just more like, hey, I have no idea what you're going through, and I just wish you the very best, because, I don't see that, I feel like you can do it, and that there's nothing that you really can do so much. So please know that you'll get through it, and that no one should be judging you or feeling like they're better than you, because, I can't stand it when people do that to me, and, they can have their own reasons, but then it's just, there are people, they shouldn't look down on anybody thinking that they're better than others. So, anyways, I thank you for listening that so far. Like, we have one more card. Once again, it's 31 and Doreen Value, and since, you just add the 3 and a 1, and it's of course 4. And so I just feel like the 4, I do feel like that's important, and just kind of having stability, but it's kind of like, instead of, like, door to valued, I mean, it has, like, money coming out of the door, and it's kind of like, well, I feel like that can be it, but door to value, that can be anything. That doesn't have to be money. It can be like, finding something that that you can do instead of finding something that's worth doing, I guess. Finding another reason to get up in the morning. Having great ideas that you want to put into action, that you want to make your dreams come true. And then, like I was saying earlier about the Six of Cups, that's what I keep thinking of. Like having, your memories from the past and like saying, oh yeah, I wanted to do that. And then it just gets revived in you and there's a fire in you. I mean, we have all three of these cards that have the fire element. And so that's lighting that fire in you to be like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that. And I feel like I don't see how I can do that. But, it doesn't seem possible right now. But I want to keep living and keep going because I want to find a way to do it. I want to keep going. I want to see what will happen because somehow, things keep happening. I keep going, but I don't know how it's going to go. And I keep having good things every once in a while, but I still can't, I get this feeling like I express it this way, not because it's exactly what I feel, but I express it like, oh, but I feel like there's more and I'm not getting what I deserve and I deserve more, but I can do it myself. I can take action myself. I still need help, but I don't want to help with this in such a way that somebody is going to try to take credit for, oh, look what I did to help you. It's like, yeah, but I did the work and, like, I don't want people taking credit for my success and, I want help, but I don't want people to try to push, me aside and be like, well, no, you need it. What are you doing for me? Why aren't you thanking me for all this? I was like, well, it's my idea and I put the work into it. It's really annoying sometimes because you're like, I want to reach out to people, I want to be close to people, but at the same time, I just feel like people keep trying to take from me and it's not fair. And, once again, like, I come out of this, I don't know where it's coming from. Like, this message just comes from all sorts of places, but I give examples as much as possible, and if it comes naturally, like it's coming right now, then, that's how it is. So I just want to break through and, be like, yeah, here, I'm still here, but, I keep, getting so many things, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's channeling a lot of different emotions and all the messages from the card and how it can be seen. So it's just all coming through in a way that's, it's very complicated in some ways, but it's at the same time it's understandable. And examples I give, hopefully it helps you in some way, even just listening to it. Or if you get something from it, that's all that matters. But if someone's watching all the way over, all the way to this point, then it's like, okay. Hopefully you're okay with this. I don't know if you're watching it and you're like, I can't stand this person, why I should keep talking like this. But I'm like, okay, let me listen to you, but I don't, you watched the video to this point, so, so anyways, thank you for watching the video up to this point, and, I just feel like, the message is clear that, you do your best to make make sure that you find reasons to get up in the morning, and it's not the same for everyone. Not everyone's dealing with depression, but sometimes it can be so low key that you don't even. It's maybe not called depression. It could be called something else. But you can just say low key depression or something like that, where you can, you can get up out of bed, and you're happy about a lot of things, but there's still things that are just like, I still can't do these certain things yet. I can't, for instance, like for me, I love drawing, but I can't always, draw. Like I haven't drawn anything in a long time, and but there's things I do. I get out and go learn things. I go to school. I go out with, and be around people. I mean, I don't go around talking to each and every one of them, but I just like, hey, I'm around them. And I go to groups. The camera just stopped for some reason, but you know, like saying that, oh, I go to groups and other things like that. And I do a lot for myself. I can do a lot of things, but there's still a lot of things that I can't do yet. That are, you know, somehow there's like a block or something like that I can't do it for some reason. So for me, like something a door to value, like, oh, I can accomplish more, I can express myself more creatively because I love learning, but I can also learn by doing and, you know, drawing and crocheting or other creative projects. I want to do those things. I want to do more of those things, but right now I can't really, you know, today, as of today, you know, I'm not able to really do them. But let's see what happens in the future, or the near future, next week. You know, I want to see what can happen for myself personally, but I can, you know, this is for you guys too. That's why, you know, I get the message out. I mean, the whole, you know, I do these readings for myself, but I do it because I want other people to have these messages, and if it helps them, then, you know, that means a lot, but I don't do it because of that. I do it for myself first of all. But, you know, I don't care if a lot of people watch it or not. I just care, you know, if I can help somebody, even if it's just one person, then that matters to me. But I certainly am helping myself, but I know there are people I'm helping too, you know, by doing these videos. And that matters, but I have no expectations of, you know, anything big happening. I just say, hey, I want to do these videos for myself, and I'm doing them. And I appreciate if somebody gets something out of it. So thank you. And, you know, we'll see what we can do and what we experience in our life. I know that there are great things that are going to continue to happen, and if it hasn't seemed like there's great things happening in your life, to know that it will happen, that you need to keep going and never give up, because there will be good things that will happen in your life. You just got to keep going and keep trying to find solutions, and to know that you're smart enough to do this, that you have gifts that maybe have not even been explored yet. And there is so much to experience, and it's not all bad. It will get better, and you know, we can all experience so much together, and maybe it doesn't seem like we're together, but even just watching this video means a lot, because you're doing it for yourself, and that is what matters. You don't have to do something for somebody else in order to matter. You can do it for yourself, and only for yourself if you want to, and you know, that's what you're doing. Whether you're watching my videos or not, if you say, oh, I want to watch other videos, it's like, do it. Do what you need to do. But, you know, if something helps you, then, you know, try to, you know, get all the help that you can without, like, you know, don't, like, try to throw other people under the bus in order to get it, but be considerate to yourself and others, and you'll see other opportunities that'll come to you to better yourself and to be happier. You'll see good things happening in your life, and it will happen, you know, in unexpected ways. So please know that you matter, and that, you know, you're not alone, but it doesn't mean that what you have gone through is less because you're not alone. Don't look at the fact that other people go through bad things as a, you know, as like something to be angry about, because like, well, they don't care about what I go through. But that's not true, because there are people that care. They truly do care. And it's important to not let yourself be bitter, and to like know that you shouldn't just, you know, there are people that do try to take advantage of others, but if you keep on trying your best, you'll find people that truly care and don't want anything from you. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and I will do my best to make another video next week. So thank you. Bye.